Hey Flosstoon friends, I'm back and I'm Faith with her crafty ideas. Welcome to episode number 11. It's Wednesday, February the 2nd, and welcome back if you're returning to watch, and thank you. If this is your first time to stop by, thank you, and please click the like button, the thumbs up, and click on the subscribe button, the little bell, ring the bell so you'll know when I have another video up. And then there's a new thing. Down towards underneath the video, there is a place where you can put comments, or you can just tell me something. You can say hi and that you've watched it, or you can ask me a question. And on the next video, I can answer and I can respond or whatever. So I would love for you to do that, to respond, or put something in the comment area. And I appreciate all of you who watch me and tell me so. And I enjoy sharing my love for various crafts and cross-stitching and card making and sewing and a little bit of quilting and sticking a little bit of what I've been up to. So let's get started and I'll let you know what I'm doing. But happy February. We're already into the month of February. I can't believe it. Well, we're supposed to get some snow here. It hasn't started yet, but it's supposed to. And if it does snow, if it has anything by the time we load this, I may put in a little video. We'll see what happens. Here's our snow that we received. We're still getting a little bit, not much. They had called for 2 inches, but nah. It's still blowing, but everything's blowing to the east, so it's all blowing across to the neighbor's field. So we're not getting very much, but it's pretty. But this is about the extent of it. And so we'll check that out. But the schools around here, they called off school yesterday for today and tomorrow because they were expecting quite a bit of snow, and they kept putting back the time of when it was going to start. So we're just kind of waiting for the snow to start. But I really hope we get some snow because we need it around here. It is so dry. The farmers need some snow really bad. So we'll see what happens. Last night, I went to the Y again while my husband played pickleball. And I went to the Y and I rode a bicycle. And I did my personal best last night. I rode for 1 hour. And within that hour, I rode 10 miles. So that was my best. So now my goal is to keep that up, riding an hour, and hopefully I can get my 10 miles in under an hour and do better within that hour. So that's my goal. And so we'll see what happens. But anyways, that is my best. So I'm going to start out a little bit. There is a little lady here that has a little craft store, and I try to help her out by putting a few things in it, and not many. I don't have many that I can keep adding to it, but I've been working on a few things here. And one of my biggest things that I do put in it is some cards, and I've got a couple cards, and one of the cards that I've made to put in it is this one. I thought I'd take down a couple Valentine cards for her to put in it. And I did that one. Hopefully it's not glaring too much. And the other Valentine card I made is this one. I'm going to take down. So I did those 3 Valentine cards. And now these next 2 items I'm not taking down now. I'll wait till closer to Christmas. But I did, and so hopefully, I shouldn't have put it in the bag till I showed you, but I made a Christmas ornament. But I'll take it down later. So I did that. I worked on that. I made a couple of them. And I'll probably do a couple more. And then I did this. I got this idea from my sister. And I did that. So just a little salt shaker, and I put a tree in there and put some snow in there. I put a few little ornaments in there. Tied a bow on it. But I'll take that down later in the year also. So those are just a couple little sideline crafts that I did before I got into alongside of my cross stitching. So those are a couple things I did. Well, now let's see what whips I have done since we last talked. The last time, there's my January calendar, and that told me what I was going to work on each day, and I wrote on it each day if I did it, if I worked on it. I made a comment. I'm trying to keep up with it. And so the last time we talked was on January the 18th. And so on January the 18th, I only worked on this for 1 day, but that's where that's what I've done. And it says that I completed 1 square, so it must have been that one that I completed. No, wrong way, this one. I completed this square, and I started on this square, and I got all of these outlined. I did all that. So that's what I did the last time since we were together. Okay. So that's what I did on that. And let's see, do I have that to work in February? I don't think I'm going to work on that in February. Don't think so. And then after I worked on that one, let me see if I can get it up here. Oh, fiddle. I didn't bring the picture with me. I didn't. But it's praying hands. And if you look at it just right, this is the Bible right here. This is going to be the Bible. And these are the hands up here. This is where the hands are. So since I've seen you last, I got a lot more of the book done, and I worked up, and I filled in quite a bit of that. So I don't know if you can see that or not. If you turn it, I always have trouble, but that's what that one is praying hands. I'll keep you updated on it. I think I can see it more and more as I work on it. And it takes quite a bit to work on that one there, because it's white and browns. It's all it is. And then if you remember the last time, I was working on my January cottage. Well, I didn't get it done for January, but it'll be ready for next year. And I am so pleased with how much I have gotten done on that. Let me move my needle around to the back. But that is how much I've got done on that. I'm down to working on the house. I worked on that for 2 days. I have to go back up and put the eyes on my snowman. I'll have to do that at the very end. But I can't wait to get this one finished. So that one there I've worked on. And then I told you I was going to start a new one. And it is my camper. And that's what I have got done on that. I worked on it for several days. Well, I worked on it for 2 days, and that's what I got done. I got half the outline of the border done, and one of the trees, and the top part of the camper done. That one's moving. It's moving along really well. And it's a simple little easy one. It's one I can take with me when I want to work on it. But I'm excited about that one as the progress goes on that one. And then the next one I worked on, it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a big one. It's my temperature chart for this year. And here is just the top part of it, and I've just gotten started on it. So I've got a lot to do on it. But it's my temperature chart. I started on the bookshelf, and I've got just the half of the bookshelf started over there. That's what I wanted to do. And these are the first January books. So I've got black thread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 books done. So now that February started, I'm going to do January and February together. I'm going to work on them. So I'll go down here and I'll do February at the same time. So I'll work on them together. I used to do everything in hoops, and I used to do it that way, and I've learned how to do it where you stitch in hand. It's where you don't use hoops or anything, and I'm really enjoying that. That praying hands is the only one I have in a hoop or in a stand. It's the only one right now that I have in a stand. So it seems to go a little faster when I do it. So I'm figuring every time I pull this out, I'll do one day on the brown, just all brown, working on the shelf, and then one day I'll work simply on the books. I figured that maybe I can get caught up. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm loving that. That is going to turn out really, really pretty. And then, this is another one of my favorite ones. Country Bloomers. And I am on, yeah, that's it. That's the right one. Let me fold this back a little bit so I can show it to you. I'm on Tuesday's bloomers. And Tuesday is my housework bloomers. It'll say Tuesday housework. So that's where I'm at. So I got to work on this for 2 days, and I did that. Got that much done. Of course, I would have been a little further, except I made a mistake and I had to pull everything out and start over. Had to frog it. The frog came to visit me for 1 day. So I had to pull it out and start over what I had done. But I really like that. That's a good one. That's a kind of a fun one to do. Well, now, let's see. Let's turn the page. And right now, I have it in pencil. So it's kind of hard for you to see. But as I go, I'll put it in red. Since February, think of red. I'm going to write everything in red. But I have my February schedule all laid out for me of what I'm going to do. So in February, and also in February, let me find it, my Whip-Go calendar. Okay, I met my January. Whoops. Get my act together here. January, my goal is to work on whatever numbers come up to work on for 6 days. So those 2 goals were met. In February, my goal is to work on my John Deere for 6 days and my January Cottage. So hopefully I can get my January Cottage done within those 6 days. So John Deere and January Cottage. That's my 2 goals to work on. So I have my John Deere right up here. That's the first thing I'm getting ready to work on right now for 6 days. And I have my January Cottage down here a little bit later. I'm going to work on it for 6 days. So right now I started last night, but I didn't work on it very long last night. But this is where I'm at on my John Deere. And I just made a copy of my, let me fold this back. Next section I'm going to work on, I don't know, next section about that much of it or whatever, and I'll come down and I'll work on another section of it. So that's what I'm going to be working on for 6 days. So hopefully it goes really smooth till I get down here in that grass. That grass is a stinker to get that grass. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to work on for the next 6 days. And after I work on my John Deere, then I'm going to go back, if you remember my fruits and veggie one, all I have to do on it is to outline it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll go back to my country bloomers and my camper. And then I get to work on my January Cottage. And I had to be kind of careful what I laid out in my February plans because we're going to take a little trip. I'm not going to tell you what kind of a trip and where we're going and what we're doing, but we're going to take a little trip. So I had to make sure I put in my list things that I could take on my trip with me, like praying hands. I couldn't put that in my schedule for February because I can't very well take that with me. And so I had to have things that I could take. So when I come back, hopefully I have some pictures to show you because hopefully it'll be a cool trip that we're going to go on and drive. I will tell you this, we're going to go down to Texas. I don't know if I was born in Corpus Christi. I've only been back there one time. There's, you know, I really don't have any great memories of it because we moved away from there when I was like 2.5 or whatever. But I just wanted to go back down there and visit and see what was down there. So we're going to go down and just do a little visiting and stuff like that and see what sights there are down there for us to see. So we're going to do that and do some other things while we're there. But anyways, that's what we're going to do. And so my next visit probably back to you probably won't be till towards the end of February. So anyways, I think that covers about everything I have to tell you. So let's see what is in our reading today. Then I'll have to go check and see if it started snowing yet. Been waiting all day for it. I don't know. Well, February the 2nd, it says, all I need. Lord, how is it you always know what I need? And how do you never tire of providing for me? Even if a material need goes unmet, you love me so tenderly and specifically. Man, I blew that word, didn't I? I can count on you for the peace and joy I need to sustain me. In fact, some of the most joyful people I've ever seen are those with little more than your love to sustain them. What trust this inspires in my heart, and what gratitude. And then, what humility. I know I don't deserve it, but that never stops you. Your provision is as endless as your love. Give me a heart as grateful as this knowledge deserves. And the question to think about for today, do you trust God to supply all your needs? I know we say we do, but do we? Think about that today. And you have a great day. And if it's snowing out there, I'll take a video and I'll show you. You have a good day. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.